20th of that is March, a third week of this very particular month. I want to say thank you so much for choosing West Nile Television. This program comes on your way one more time. Today being a Wednesday, a Women Across Wednesday, and I happen to bring you a very lovely, hardworking entrepreneur. She will be discussing with us what she actually has been, achieving in her business, how things have been moving on in her business, for how long has she run her business, and what kind of business is she running, perhaps what is her plan of, for the coming years about this very particular business. This so comes your way every single Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. One solid hour dedicated to you to learn what business is right at West Nile Television, and your host is Lady Bates. Good morning. In a couple of minutes time, I'll be introducing my guest. Don't move in an inch away from your TV set. Keep around. I'll be right back. Well then, high chance for me to bring on set my guest, and she'll be introducing herself for us and tell us why she chose this business and quite a number of things that we'll be discussing back to back. Quite a number of questions here, and there's gonna be more of interaction, and we see how things are moving on. Yes, Madam, you're most welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm called Ayoke Hope. I come from Arua district, and that's Vura. I'm self-employed. I do business. Alongside that, I'm a counselor. I work as a district counselor in Arua district, and I'm a farmer.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think most interestingly, you're a farmer. That's what I love here so much. Anyways, an entrepreneur, a farmer, a counselor. I see so much into all those things that she will be telling us actual details by details. I think basically we need to start by business, actually with business, and how you've been managing your business, how things have been moving on. Basically, tell us the background about your business.
Like this business. Okay, business I didn't start today. I didn't just wake up and start. It is something that started way back. But for this particular business, I started it in 2022. Yes, 2022, and that was in July. So like I'm making 2 years here now. Yeah.
I know a business that we started at 2022, but from the look of things, it's doing awesome. Okay, could it be the management bit of it? Could it be that your cash flow has been well? Could it be that you have, customers? I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know how it feels like, but it's something that's yet making 2 years. It all looks, organized and awesome. How do you do it? Maybe you tell us, some secret, and we'll also be like you someday.
Okay, like I said, I didn't start from this business. First of all, I started with a shop. I have a shop in Rura Customs where I sell general merchandise. So I learned a few things from here and there. Then when I learned and I thought about this business, when I started coming to town and thinking of doing this, already I had background experience. And then the marketing. I do a lot of marketing on my Facebook page. I talk to friends. So that has helped me grow. And again, the type of goods that I deal in, you can see they are unique, and the customers are unique. So because of that, it has made me move to where you've seen me now. Yeah.
All right, we have heard from her the background about this business. Starting something, it doesn't just slice the shade. Doesn't mean that you just have to wake up in the morning and be like, today I want to be a businesswoman. I want to be what are you going to do? What are you going to trade to people out there? It all varies. So what made you to particularly, when you wanted to come up with this other business, apart from the merchandise that you're operating from Vura, what made you to particularly have a kids boutique? Apart from any other business that you could run, maybe ladies boutique, gents boutique, anything, maybe like, unisex and so forth. Why particularly kids?
Okay. First of all, when I was thinking of what to do, I looked at this because I move a lot to Kampala. I looked at this business, and then I came and shared with a friend of mine. There's a friend who has a business in Zambia, Kana Welding Designs. Then I shared with my friend. Then I shared with another friend of mine, the Hope of Lesuba Hotel. I talked to these people. They are like, maybe it can work out. I was like, okay, let me give it a try. But when I was looking at giving it a try, I moved around. When I moved around, I moved to Hoka. I moved around, looking at places where kids' things are sold. I saw a lot lacking. I said, okay, now this is the right place for me to go. And what I wanted, I didn't see it. And like, if you move to all these places where kids' things are being sold here in town, you will not see a place like this. Why? They don't have a one-stop center for everything. And what inspired me, I'm a mother of 2. And my first kid I had in Kampala. In Kampala, if you go to shop as a mother, you sit in one place, everything you need is there. As you know, when you're pregnant and like 8 months, you don't need to move a lot. So like, looking at here in Arua, you go to one place, you find maybe mama kit. Another place, you find one item. I'm like, no, this is what I need to do. I need a place where a mother will come and sit and do everything and just go home. So that thing gave me an impression. Then I was like, okay, this can work out. I started. But just like I said, I didn't start here. I didn't have a lot. But the idea was already there. And what I wanted in my mind is already there. And like where I am now is not what I want. But yeah, I'm looking for more. And where I want to be, I can assure you the time you get pregnant, you come here, you just sit and I'll give you a list. This is what you want. Okay. Everything in one place. Yeah. So that's where I drew the inspiration to specifically choose a baby's or kids boutique.
By the way, so some of you might be asking, hey, where are we? We haven't yet told you where we are. Do you mind telling us the name of your shop? Maybe the name and where it's located before I pop into the next question for you.
Okay. The shop is called Happy Times Children's Boutique, and it's located at Onzivu Street, just opposite that corridor opposite Centenary Bank. Yeah. Maybe something little why I chose Happy Times. Children are happy people. They have no stress. They are happy people. They love, like if you're a kid, there is no stress for kids. They are happy people, and me, I love being happy. So I'm like, okay, this is Happy Time.
Happy Times at Children's Stores, Children's Boutique on Onzivu Street is where we are. And the name alone and the people, actually the CEO herself, she's so jolly, she's so happy. She's saying kids don't need stress. Please don't stress your kids. Whenever you come here, they'll be like, Mommy, I want this, please, and please buy. Whether being as the lotion, being soap, being whatever it is, buy it for them from that is this very particular place. Now, let's leave Happy Times aside. Let's concentrate yet on the merchandise. What actually happened? They'll be like, okay, a lady owning a merchandise, why not a man? You get it? So we have a very interesting discussion that will be coming shortly actually when it comes to genuine quality in business. That's what we'll be discussing. But first thing first, tell us about that business that is in Vura Custom.
Okay. First, how I got to Vura Custom, I didn't tell you one bit about myself. Professionally, I'm a statistician. But of course, the job market now is hectic. Now, like I started doing research, you get one project, it's done. Now, you get broke at a time when you don't have it, you're broke. You can't even buy airtime. You cannot buy airtime, you can't plait your hair, and you can't depend on one. So I was like, okay, let me have something where I can be getting money every day, and I get airtime, I get money for my hair. Then I shared this idea with my husband, who was like, okay, fine, if you can manage, do it. Then I went to Vura Custom because I come from that side. It looked easier for me to manage.
Home is home.
Yeah. So I like, okay, I need a shop. I told my friend getting a shop in customs is a challenge. But she got me a shop. When I got the shop, the capital wasn't there. Just the idea and the little money I had saved from my last research project. I'm like, okay, let me just start. Getting a shop, putting the other things, the shelves, that one takes a lot of money. But I started. But now, 3 years down the road, it's now a big wholesale shop. Yeah.
And it's still operating.
It's operating, and it's a big wholesale shop now.
I think this is where now it's becoming hectic. Happy Times Children's Boutique needs you. Vora Custom needs you. I don't know who you are running this business with when it comes to management bit of it, but I believe and trust in you that you can do it. How do you normally do I used to say, coming here to check on what is happening, book balancing, and then you also run the other side to balance your books and so forth. How easy is it or how hard is it?
Like I told you, I'm a multitasker. Right?
By the way, I even forgot that you were a counselor and an office also needs you.
I'm a counselor, I'm a farmer, the office needs me, and I do business.
Which also needs you too.
Yes. Now, for this business, what I do, how I manage my day. Every day when I wake up, I do some work either in the garden or at home. Like up to 8 or 9. By 6, I'm up, because I have to prepare the kids for school. So when I woke up and homework is done, 9 is when I'm in office. I sit there up to around, my work in office is not so hectic. So I sit there up to around midday lunchtime or whatever. Then I come here. Every day I step in this shop, by the way. In the evening I leave here early, I go to Vora Customs. Yes, that's how I manage. And I'm the only manager for all these things. Only that I employ the youth to help me run it, but the management bit is done by me. The stocking, restocking is done by me. Yes.
Well then, Megasa Wadumalia has the mitite, Hobiti Vala, Wadosuduna, Ravon Bodo Kaliri, Nimbana Ilali Feri Kalidi, ni Sweden, Andrew, Ama, the Happy Times Children Boutique here, Yonze Street, Wadia Mega, Yonze, Madame Odo Madia, she's an entrepreneur, and then as Zirningari, you take ye famani, Bazamvi Apentini, Yibazivini, counselani, Rivini, business woman. Actually, she's a multitasker. But it's interesting when a woman does that, because sometimes men will be like, okay, she cannot do it, let me be the one to do it. What a man can do, woman does better. That's what we so much believe in. But sawad malamegere mamani onzi yongire birupi business berimada tujari dira na dini tujari revle do erengware alene yomini ne irini yuruduruku erineri kingo ke ntecho esiami be kane kumini tele makome azalene ari kingo ke. Most times I be like, for the viewers who are following us, that is on YouTube, I endeavor to actually drop in your comment right there, such that you will be answered in the next hosting, maybe in the next program you will be answered, depending on the question that you will be posing right there for us. That is what we always do, unless you do not have, just appreciate, and of course we move on. For those of you watching us on Zuku TV, that is on channel 0073, and then YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, those are all our social handles. You can capture every other information about West Nile TV and you get yourself sorted. Away from that, let us look at your farm background. As a farmer and you are a woman, people believe that, by the way, farming is done best by men, but they don't know that, like I said, what a man does, woman can also do it better. So tell us your experience about farming. For how long have you been in farming? What was your biggest harvest in farm? And I don't know if you're doing it for home consumption or you're also doing it for a business aspect as well. If you're doing it for both, please let us know.
Yeah, I farm for both. That is for home consumption and business purposes. First of all, I started by doing poultry, but I found there were a lot of challenges in poultry. Then I abandoned the idea. Then I told you I'm a married woman. The village I got married to, I found there the farming, the most thing that is farmed is growing sweet potatoes for sale. So I looked at this and also like, oh, I can do this. And one of the things that inspired me to farm is I'm married, right, but my husband works, and he works in Kampala, and I needed to support home. So I can't, like, there's a way, I can give money, but money isn't enough. And at home, if you buy everything, the cost is a lot, because you don't have that money to buy everything. So what we do is, I was like, okay, why don't I plant some of the things and we get some food from the garden to reduce the cost, and then we put the money elsewhere. Then that's when I started like, okay, let me do the garden at home and do for what? For home consumption. Then looking at but people are making money out of the garden. Why can't I do it? I said, okay, let me give it a try. That's when I also started, okay, I can plant potatoes, but my husband doesn't even, he's not part of this farming. So I do, but he supports me a lot. So I do it alone. Sometimes I have to physically get involved in farming because you can't always employ people. So commercially, I do tomatoes, I do potatoes, and a little vegetables. Yeah.
Do you mind telling us your greatest harvest that you got, that it's really mob and you got some good amount of money since you started farming all these years, and I'll be like, oh, this has never been in vain. In this sacks or maybe field of potatoes, I was in person to realize like 2 million, 1 million something. I don't know if you have ever experienced that, but you know, most farmers at least they know each season how much they get from that very particular field in case they're doing it for business perspective.
Okay. From the crops I planted last year, I did potatoes and I planted, of course I also rent land from my neighbors, and I managed to get like 20 sacks, and the 20 sacks, each sack usually goes at 150. So that means I made like 3 million last year from potatoes. And then from tomatoes, I didn't do a lot. I just planted a little, and you know the work for tomatoes is also hectic. Like you have to fetch water, and I physically get involved in all this. So I was like, no, let me just do. And I did, like, I got around, I think seven boxes. Yeah. And each box we sell at 250 because for us we sell in Aru and Congo. Yeah.
Yeah, right now looking at tomatoes, of course, this is the high chance. This is actually a tip for you, Don't tell anyone. This is the moment you can get money from tomatoes, because right now looking at boxes, they goes at 400 something, 450, even up to 500. That's right at a central market. That's what is happening right now. So for as long as, you know, they believe so much that tomatoes grown within West Nile, these are local tomatoes, and people who are growing these tomatoes buy from them the seeds. They buy from them. Sometimes they buy from the shops where they're selling these seeds. But if it is a local tomato, for as long as you maintain it, okay, it is very okay. It's yielded well. The medicines, whatever thing you're using for them is okay. You realize that you have gotten good amount of money. If you are taking like a box at 400, now you had 7 boxes. That's good money. That will be motivating to really push you back to the garden, but that will you forget your counseling work.
True, but this season, what I had planted, you know, there's a season where you can sell tomatoes and it works. But this time I didn't give it a try. I looked at doing bricks. It gave me stress.
But still you can narrate, you know, brick is hectic. I think that's one of the hardest work. Did you also hold the boxes, you run and, you know, lay yourself?
No, but like what gave me the stress, you know, the work you have to, like me now, I'm a lady, I can't do the work. That means I have to hire at every bit of from fetching water, laying, whatever. That means I have to hire. That made me spend a lot of money. So I gave all my December season for doing bricks, and yet I ignored my other person of tomatoes. But I've not abandoned the idea.
No, there's still a lot of time because we're still in March, you know. I think you need to do something by December. Trust me, tomato is going to be a little bit scarce. From December, January, Feb next year to be a little bit scarce, and there you will even buy a box at 550. Trust me, you'll even leave the shop. You'll go home and start planting. But anyways, to the farmers, you shouldn't really look any other work you're doing very lightly. As you say, farmers have money. That's the fact about it. Tell us some secret about farmers. Come on.
Yeah, there is money in farming, depending on what you're doing. And also, every business, of course, requires your commitment. If you commit your time, there is money in farming. But of course, us as a region, we've not looked at the money that comes from farming. We've not invested much in farming. We are more used to peasant farming. It's just recent that we're waking up and looking at commercial farming. But there's money in farming. And just imagine, like me who grows potatoes in our village, the moment you have the potatoes there, the market is there. You don't bother looking for anything. They come to your home and take it. So there's money in farming. Just that, of course, they say it is dirty work money. You have to first soil your hands, but there is no money that is money. Yeah.
Well then, our dear viewers, thank you so much for still choosing West Nile Television. The program going on set is at the Business Bank right on West Nile Television. Today we are at Happy Times Children Boutique, and we are really discussing interesting things right here. We today decided to cover farmers too, simply because I have got a farmer, I've got a businesswoman, I've got a counselor, I've got a mother, I've got a lot of things in one person. She's a multitasker. Someone will be like, that is the kind of woman I want to marry. Fortunately enough, she's owned. So there's you out there who want such a person, and you just realize that, oh, I have missed. You have never missed. There's still many out there who are, multitaskers. But it depends. Some of you men, you're okay when it comes to business aspects, but you neglect you woman simply because you feel she cannot do what you are doing. Who knows, she might even be better and give you some tips. You'll be like, okay, she's the one I want to develop with. Before we get into actually our next discussion, what plans do you have for your business that is of course in the next coming 2 years? Let's look at this business. Let's look at the business of that is Vura. Talk about your work in office. That of course, the other part of it, I don't want to talk about it, better. And how do you see yourself in the next 2 years when it comes to this business?
Let me talk about this one. Like this business in particular, I've told you this is not where I want it to be. In the next 2 years, I want this to be like a one-stop center for kids from 0 years to 15 years. That means I need to do clothes for children. I need toys. You can see I have already a few toys there, but I need toys for all ages. Then I need the newborn items, everything, like everything, all types. Then I need should I say supermarket for kids? Yes, whereby you enter and you get everything. You don't have to stress. You have every age group is catered for. Like I need to get bicycles for kids and everything. Yeah, plus mothers, the expectant mothers. That's why you see I have brothers, and that's now to cater for mothers. Yeah,
this is interesting.
Yeah.
Well then, looking at that one stop shop, it's quite unique, and it's quite, I'm just imagining how expensive it will be and how costly it will be. You get all that is on your side, but not to us who are the clients. It is going to drain you a lot, and in the first place the price will not be enough. Obviously in 2 years we're getting something better and bigger. Are we going to move out from here, or that one is on its own and then this one also remains as it is? Meanwhile, we develop both of them, because looking at this, looking at the other, I don't know how best we'll be managing them. Or maybe the other one will be a branch, or that will be main, this one will be a branch. But no matter how small something is, you always know that is the mother of everything. So you can highlight on that.
Yeah, like this is the mother. This is my starting point. Although I didn't start from here, but now this is where I have settled. I'm looking forward to getting a bigger space. You can see now the space is not enough. There's a lot that I have not displayed that needed to be displayed. So I'm actually looking at getting a bigger space where I can do everything. But this is my base. I can't run away from here. There are already customers who know that I am here. Then running away will also cost me, like informing them I've moved. But this is my base. That would be a bigger branch of this one. Yeah.
Yes, a mother is always a mother. You don't need to, move away or run away from that fact, because wherever you start, that is where you have started. No one will tell you that, hey, I started direct from the other place. You grow a bit by bit. Trust the process and it will happen. Anyways, our dear viewers, still keep it right there. Now, looking at a business, we all know that business has got challenges, and there are benefits as well in it. There's no one who is saying, oh, my business is doing local without any bit of challenges. And before we get into challenges, where and how often do you normally do restockings, and where do you normally get your items from in this very particular shop?
I restock mostly. I used to restock on monthly basis, but this business has like 2 sections. The baby section, this one you can restock monthly. Then the clothes section, when it is season for clothes, every week I'm restocking. Yeah, especially Christmas season, Easter, every week. And most times I restock either from Kampala or I have someone who supplies me, and so yeah.
Well, looking at seasons, is this also a seasonal business, or it is just it goes on daily basis? Particularly this one. Maybe before I pop the next question, maybe something about that.
Okay, the newborn baby items is not seasonal because every time in Uganda, a new baby, even as we are talking now, there are babies being born. That means I have customers.
Yeah, because we all know that birth rate is more than death rate.
Yeah, that is it. And looking at this side, where the clothes are, this is seasonal. Mostly, like especially here in Arua, this one only works during Christmas season, during Easter, on these big days. On the big days, Easter and on Eid. That's when the section works. That means if this one is not working, I have this side that is working.
So which means from next week up to second week of Easter, I mean April, we'll be in position to realize some money, because we know that it is next month. That is 2 weeks after.
Yeah, most likely.
Let's be hopeful and it will work out. Then looking at since this year began, that is January, February, and this month, every other person who actual entrepreneur has been complaining about business. Things are not moving on well. We all don't know why. I don't know if it's because of the dollar rate. I don't know how things are happening the other side for other people. There's you out there. I don't know how your side is, but to the many people that have been interviewing or maybe having one-on-one with, they have been all saying that business is not doing well. They are totally not doing well. Is it the same on your side? If yes, what could be the problem? If no, how do you do yours?
Okay, partly I will say yes, but again no also. Now the yes bit is we have to realize one, remember we are in a long holiday. Then after the long holiday, the parents had to take these children to school. Now this school of going from senior one, the other one demands a lot from parents. And remember, money was spent during the festive seasons. And taking children back to school, money is not there. Or the money is little. Now all this little money is being put all on what? On school. And that has affected us in business. Business has gone low, and it's not me alone. Most of us have been affected. But now, like when you come to this side, this one you're forced to buy. As long as you're about to give back, there is no way you will say, I have school fees to pay, let my baby first not wait and not be delivered. It can't happen. This side works, but the other side, businesses generally are low. Yeah. Then the dollar rate has also gone high. Yeah, but the most crisis has been brought by fees pressure, and money is also scarce. Yeah.
They had said that by 2024, that's when we'll be realizing that there's money in Uganda. But when 2024, third month of the year, things are not happening. Everyone complains there's no money. I don't know where the money is, but let's wait. Maybe it will come in the next, so probably next year, because we all know 2026 is very close. They'll start giving us money and things will work out. Because when it comes to, I really don't want to emphasize so much into that, because business and politics don't move together. Business moves aside. So 2025, if you don't release us this money, we'll start see how 2026 will go. But in 2024, we'll just have to bear it and encounter and accept it the way it is. Anyways, back to the challenges that you are facing in this business.
Okay, a lot of challenges. Of course, every business has its own challenges. Like I said, this side of the clothes section is seasonal. Once the season is gone, like once Christmas or New Year, the other seasons have gone, the sales go low. That's one of the challenges. Another challenge I faced here is, of course, getting a place. Getting a place in town is hectic. And settling in this place, it was a challenge. First of all, I was in the market, up. Main market, up. And
that also seems a little bit challenging, because it's up there, people don't know.
Yeah, it is up. People don't know that there are soaps up, and our people are not used to climbing up, and we don't expect mothers to climb up. It is much as it is part of exercise, but still, like climbing as a mother, that is first exercise. So when I was up there, it was only like friends, and if people fail to find something somewhere, is when they will go there. So that challenge of moving from one shop to another, and then when I got here, I first got a smaller place. Displaying things was a challenge. Then here I came, and then also another challenge maybe could be the taxes. because you have to, you pay the license, you pay the URA. But they affect.
Do you do that monthly or it's once in a while, once in a year?
It's once in a year, except that they come along around the same time, URA, and then city council. Yeah. So it's also a challenge. Yeah.
Are those basically done? I expected more. So how about the security of the?
Okay, security wise also we are not sure, of course, because now at night you're not here. So security wise there can be a challenge. Then another thing is capital is limited. Like to take me to the picture that I need, there is limited capital. We need that capital, and for me to get what is in my mind on the ground, the money is not there yet. Yeah.
Okay. You have competitors. Do they look for you like your challenges or benefit bit of it? Because when it comes to competition or maybe like competitors, it goes both ways. That's how much I understand it when it comes to a business wise, because your competitor may either make you work extra hard or your competitor will have a downfall. We'll start right from there with the competitor bit of it. That is after this a very particular break. Do not move an inch away from your television set. Sit back and relax. Western Television, we're lighting up the region.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Brand new Global Star TV with StarTimes Inside Technology. New TV innovation with an inbuilt decoder that connects you to both StarTimes antenna and satellite signal. With StarTimes Inside Global Star TV, you can enjoy over 300 local and international channels, 1 month StarTimes highest bouquet for free, automatic system update, more benefits, more affordable. StarTimes Inside Global Star TV is available in all StarTimes branches and dealers countrywide. StarTimes Inside, entertainment inbuilt.
We are the passion you've been waiting for! It's Yunus Junior Santamo! It's our league, our football, our boys, our style. StarTimes UPL new season starts 15th September. Go for it! What a finish from Ashraf Ukume! The Ugandan flair, Brazilian samba, Portuguese magic, the night football craze. More TV games live on Senyuka Prime and Fufa TV only on StarTimes.
The StarTimes UPL, our league, go for it.
West Nile TV, lighting
Right, most welcome back. Of course, the last moment of this very particular show. We're talking about the business bank on West Nile television. I guess you are enjoying every bit of this discussion. It's really interesting, and where we are heading to, trust me, you'll love it. If I were you, I'll call my man to sit next to the TV because it's getting quite interesting. And if you're a man watching right now and your woman is not next to you, please, but this will not be an argument that is going to be happening in your families. Instead, find a solution and see how you'll be managing it. But that will be coming in next minutes. We are yet getting back to more challenges that she is facing in the business. But before we get to that, allow me welcome you back from the break.
Thank you.
We had our off-air discussion and it was kind of interesting. I guess you're going to enlighten more about that. But anyways, we're still on that is the challenges that we are facing when it comes to competition. How do you rate it?
Okay, now there's one thing that skipped my mind when it comes to competition. One of the issues that is affecting me like now and us in this business is the mindset. Initially, we're used to using this, like those, the second hand is first hand. So some of these babies things they are quite expensive. Others are less. And looking at our current situation, our present mothers that should be my customers, some of the things it's hard for them. Like affording them, it's a challenge. Like for example, let's take if you look at those cotton seats, a pack of 6 sets that goes at 50,000, and you find the mother who has 100,000 to buy everything.
That's very true. That's true.
100 to buy everything. She'll be like, why don't I just go to second hand and pick pillowcases and this and that and cut and the baby will be out. You see, it's a challenge. That means there's a lot we have to do in marketing, and there's a lot we have to do in empowering our women. And to change their mindset that, what, these things are good and these are what the baby needs most. Like that new baby, you don't have to bring infection with things here and there.
So from the look of things, you realize that I basically can't tell well why it is happening. Is it that the mothers have not been supported by the men, or they just can't afford? Because we all believe that a pregnant woman, there's a reason behind, there's a man behind that. So what's happening to the men? Why not support?
Of course,
you cannot drink baby with water, right?
Yes, but now you see, if you look at the current trend, there is getting pregnant and the man runs away, and the teenage mothers, most of their husbands are not there. That means she either has to fend for the baby or someone has to support. And you will not expect someone who is supporting to give you 500 or 300 or 500 to shop. And this mother, who also might not be working, will not raise that money. And they will opt to go for second hand. Okay, second hand is good, but depends on how you clean it, right? Remember, this is someone who has been shield protected somewhere, and you're bringing it to another environment. Introducing this person needs a lot of cleanliness. And to avoid those infections, you need very clean baby items. So now, if you get from second hand, you have to properly wash them. And yet you find our village mothers even getting food, first of all, for today is a problem. Now you look at buying Omo, Jik, So Soft, it's a challenge, you see. That's why sometimes it's better you get the new if you can afford.
I think basically if you buy a new one, you don't need So Soft, you don't need Jik, you don't need Omo, but Omo comes a little bit. Basically, I think So Soft comes once in a while. There are those scenarios you really need it, plus those other things. But the other side, the second hand will definitely need all these things every time.
Of course, now you're getting this from second hand. It has been used on the handling and the display. That means you need to get Omo, to get Jik, you wash it and you kill all the germs. And after washing, you iron, so that you keep it very clean, not to infect the newborn baby. So it's a challenge. So now to change the mindset from shifting from what you've been using to what is now, what is on trend now, it's hard. But of course we shall do it, and most people are picking up. They are realizing the value, and they're picking up. I believe 2 or 3 years we shall be doing better. We shall be making better sales. We would have grown. Yeah.
Some of these mothers also, they go and buy this first class. They'll be showing off. Okay, I bought this at this price. Babies. Someone will. Nowadays, someone is doing this. It gives motivation for the other.
Yeah, and I'm happy. Even these mothers, like the ones who are doing the petty business, they are now managing to afford these things. You see, even some of my customers are these mothers. You find they sell avocados, bananas, but she'll say like, now this is what I need for my baby. They come here and ask, how much is it? You give them the price. Okay, let me go and look for the money. They come back and they buy what you didn't expect. So that means they also want to look better, their babies to look better, because they get motivation from their friends, and they're like, wow.
Women who are doing business, please, let's continue with that mind. And of course, it's going to be interesting. Just now you realize that, oh, I am doing okay. My baby is happy. For as long as you have come and shop your things in happy times, children's boutique, you realize that you're ultimately okay. Come along. There's room for window shopping. Come, confirm the price, go look for the money, you come. Do you also encourage them to pay in installments?
Yes, there are mothers who come, they pay in installments. The moment you're done, you pick your items. Yes.
I actually wanted to say that before you. Acting like the CEO of this place. Yeah, you come and pay installment, you bring 5K, tomorrow you go look for another 3K, you bring until your 55,000 is done. You pick your, packets, you go home. You'll be like, okay, see, this is the first class. You'll even feel when you're lying your baby on it. You just feel it's awesome. Anyways, those are the challenges you are in position to, identify within these 2 years you are making the business. We all know that challenges moves with benefits, and that's the most interesting thing that keeps one going in business. So someone will be like, you are having all these challenges, but you continue going with this business, not knowing that the other side is also interesting. You feel like not quitting, you feel like adding more, you feel like opening another branch, all within that happiness you're getting from the business. So what are the benefits that you're in position to, see or maybe receive from this business in these 2 years you have been in?
Okay. Of course, from this business, I've done a lot. First of all, the biggest thing that I've done is to increase the size of the business. That is a benefit to me, because this was a very small business. I started this business, I think, with a capital of around 2 million. But seeing it at this level, it's like it's a benefit to me, and it gives me morale to go on. And of course, now the customer base has also grown. And maybe now other things that I've done out of business, right? Maybe those things. Yeah,
I think you can highlight.
But maybe from here, of course, from the little profits I get, I manage to push a few people to school. Yeah. So I support other women. My 2 in-laws have pushed them to do skills training. I have one adopted son that I'm paying in now, going to senior 1. So most of it, of course, basically I get the money from business.
All right, I think it seems more interesting that will not be relying yet right here. Someone might, buy animals, that is from business. Someone might build houses. Those are obvious achievements. For as long as you're in business, those are obvious.
Of course, yeah. Now that I don't want to put on here. Those are benefits now. I don't want them. Yeah. That's true.
Well then, before I get into the next question, I feel it is important for us to discuss this basically about gender equality that will be achieved when people are able to access and enjoy equal that is rewards, and away from that, resources and opportunities regardless of the gender that is basically in business. I understand you know what I am talking about, and you know what gender equality is when it comes to a business perspective, and this is where, like I did say, it's getting more interesting. Men will feel they are being attacked, but please, men, we are sorry. Allow me to apologize early. We are sorry, and we are really sorry. But we need to bring this on set, and as well, it favors the women too, and it also favors you, the men too. What is that particular discussion that we are going to have about gender equality, like how we had it earlier on? What do you look at actually business when it comes to gender equality?
Okay, now there are many things in this area. Most men believe if a woman has money, she will overpower him, she will not respect him, and yet it is not true. There are cases where such things happen, but they are minimal. So that alone makes some men not support women in business. But I'm glad my husband supports me so much.
Congratulations.
And he's like, he gives me a push in everything I do. Sometimes he even gives me some money to put in the business. So, but in all these things, we work together to support one agenda, that is our family. So I'm requesting and I plead that our men realize that whatever a woman does and whatever the man does, the item on agenda is one, supporting the family. So I encourage them to support women in business. And times are now hard. The economy is hard. In the hard economy, we cannot depend on income from one person. We can't just be depending on what? On your salary. Let the man bring and the woman bring something to the table and we combine. And that way we will grow faster. You see? But if we're always depending on, like, I need soap. He said, my husband, money for soap, money for matchbox, money for this, man. It is challenging. But if I am bringing like soap, like salt, for you buy portion, or I am buying the food and you're paying the rent and school fees, that way we shall grow. So men should support women in business and in all aspects of life so that we grow faster and the world becomes a better place for us all. Yes.
I think men, you're getting to understand this because this very particular discussion seems interesting for me. Earlier on you enlightened about that is when it comes to support, men don't support women when it comes to business, and away from that, the women, trust me, they're doing awesome okay without a support from men, and they're in position to support their family and they're supporting that man too. So why is it hard for the men to support women in business? Away from that, you as well said the women who are earning more than men, so it makes men to fear to support them in business. Yes, you're right. Now here, I'm not going to be on the side of women. I want to be on the side of men. And I want you single-handedly to take that side of women. There's a woman who is earning more than a man. You get it? Being in business, being salary, wherever she's earning from. But you realize that this woman, in the first place, will lose respect for the husband. Maybe because the husband is not in position to provide more, or he provides not every day for the family. But women, for us, we buy anytime, any day, anything that comes the way it is nice, we are buying it. But men don't do that. Men actually work in budget. Actually, they work on that very fixed budget they have. If today's expense is 10,000, it is 10,000. But a woman who said today I want to spend 20,000, you end up spending 50,000. Now there is me who is coming home like a man as your husband. Oh, the next thing I will receive is insult. Hey, you're very useless, you're this and that, you don't want to provide for your family, you don't want to buy things for the children, you this, I am doing 100% of the things in the home. Why that? So it gives men, I think, fear to support women, because if you're going to earn more than I do, you lose respect for me, yet it is me who brought you home here. Why do some women end up doing such when it comes to maybe them earning more than their men?
Okay, one of the things I see personally affecting us as women is competition. Women like to compete. I don't know whether God created us that way, or it's our nature, or we compete so much. And because of this competition, we like comparing with our friends too much. And in the process of comparing is when this issue of disrespect in family comes in. But if you stick to what has brought you to your family, even if you're earning more than your husband, you always remain in that home, and you'll give the respect that your husband deserves. First of all, in everything that we do, God designed it. A man will always remain a man, and a woman will remain a woman. So there is no way, whether you earn a million times more than your husband, that you will become a man. And you see, money should just be a boost to help us live a better life, but it should not come to separate us or to bring misunderstanding in families. So I wouldn't encourage women to disrespect their husbands because you're earning more than the husband. Because in the end of it all, you're here because of him. He's the one who brought you to the family. So why disrespect the person? And if you're earning more, instead support him and to do better. But another challenge also on your side as men, since you said you're taking the side of men, is inferiority complex. The moment you start seeing that the woman is earning more, you start feeling inferior, and you bury your mind. Instead of opening up to this woman and growing up together, you feel inferior and you get buried. And then another challenge is now the third parties. The moment a woman or man goes out to seek for advice from third parties, if it was me, I would do like this. If it was me, I would do like that. If that comes in a family, that peace that you would enjoy, even if your husband was not working and you're working, it will not be there, because you get a different advice, I get different advice. So that alone will make the disrespect come in. Yes.
Me feeling inferior, I think there's no man who will just wake up and start feeling that way. There should be some threat from either my wife, you get it? Because trust me, I may forget, not actually forgetting, but I don't have that money to provide for family today. Just a day like this, that is an insult already on me. A lot of messages in my phone. I'll reach home here, I'll feel insecure because my woman is threatening me, and so just because of a day's activity that I have not performed. Sometimes male feel that way. And secondly, there are these men who don't express out. They don't even talk to their best friends. Every man has a best friend, but realize that this man is not going to open up to that friend that you see, yesterday I never provided food home, or what I'm supposed to do. My wife threatened me that I'm going to stab you with knife. I am not going to give you food. You are very useless. Those are our words as women. Allow me to confess, those are our words. You're very useless. You actually don't know your responsibility as a man. You get it? Eh? So I don't really accept any man who will feel so inferior before him being threatened by a wife.
It all comes back. It all goes back to understanding and communication. In a family, you do not communicate if you don't communicate, and if you don't understand one another. That is no family. You're just pretending to live together, but you're not in a family. But as long as you understand one another, money will not separate you, nothing will separate you. Yeah.
Well, I think the women who are in a business and are doing Alshamlock, if your man is not really doing it, I would appreciate if you sit down together with your husband and you'll be like, okay, Tata so and so, oh my dear sweetheart, how about we do ABCD? You get? And as a man, please, the little money you get, don't you? I know you wanted to say something.
Something has come to my mind.
What's that?
Okay, what I was telling you came out from my mind is, you see, initially a woman by nature is designed to give back to a man what you give to her. You give a woman care, attention, she'll give back to you love and everything. Now, along the way, as women who are supporting our husbands, we are doing this, we are doing that. You see, you start from zero. Like you start from a single room with a man. You grow, you build a house, you reach somewhere. Literally, sometimes there are some women who have invested in men. You give your husband money to start a business so that you don't want to feel like you don't want him to feel low. Along the way, when this person grows, you find a side chick, side what? Now, at this point, do you expect me to still have the respect? Really? Like, you see? Women reach the point and we're like, okay, your money is your money, my money is my money. I get mine and invest for somewhere so that I don't be at a loss. Yeah? You see, now, that's why, that's what gave most women courage to start buying plots and building their own rentals, whatever. But women were initially not doing that, you see. But now you work with someone and you reach a certain level where now you feel you're doing better, you get disappointed. There's another girlfriend or another woman coming in to enjoy on the sweat that you had toiled. So that hurts a lot. That is where some women were like, do your own, I do my own. But in all these things, it isn't good. It separates the family. It breaks that bond. But when you work together, you grow faster. If I'm working alone, you're working alone, everyone is hiding whatever they're having. It doesn't, that bond in the family, it breaks.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, is it the women who are bad people or it is men who are bad people?
I think we're all not bad people.
We're not bad people.
We're all good people, but situations are making us
to have some bit of challenges. But I still really, a little bit, I don't want to be a little bit somehow in men's suits, because there's this moment a man gives you capital, you start up a business, and he's doing this out of love. He's doing this to support the dear wife or the woman who he really loves. And it's reached a moment, I think we just have authority when it comes to money. we women, we have authority, because this is my money, like you did say. A man's money is also our money, but my money as a woman is my money, so I have authority over that money. Even if you borrow from me, I'll ask you, when are you returning back? And I have to return it back with interest, knowing so well that this is a man who supported you entirely to start up this business, and you're already borrowing him this money. I understand business money is not supposed to move anyhow, because the reckless way you spend it, the downfall will be automatic. So why would you give your man your money and he returns it back with interest?
If it is business money, if it is not returned, the business can easily collapse.
Is the interest necessary?
The interest, of course, is maybe that is the perception of the other party, but of course now business money, taking it out anyhow, the effect in business. But borrowing in families, you borrow from your husband, the man borrows from you, they always don't return that money. Of course they're returning, you talk about it, but the money never comes out. So that borrowing is a dead borrowing.
I think we just need to get a day, because there's quite a lot that you need to talk about gender equality. I am going to organize that on a very special day. I will have 1, 2, 3. Maybe we'll even bring in a gentleman too. We have this discussion right there, and we see how it goes, because right now time is not really our best friend. We are running out of time, and basically I really want you to work on this. If you would do that is, if you wouldn't do this work, okay, if you're not to be a counselor, if you're not to be a farmer, what else would you do apart from all these works? Because I know everyone had a dream. I don't know if your dream was to be a politician. I don't know if your dream was to be a businesswoman. I don't know if your dream was to be a farmer. If no, what else would you do apart from this?
If I was not to be in business or farming, professionally I'm a statistician. So I would be working as a statistician somewhere, maybe. Yeah.
But other things will not come in, because earlier on you did mention issues of upkeep, general, let's say like that, because this is not a work that you're doing daily. You get a contract, maybe you get a client to handle a day, you'll have to wait actually a week, you'll have to wait. The next week, who knows, you're going to be idle and you have nothing to do. I think that's why you came up with this very particular idea. And then there are these youths who are out there, they're working, they're not working. There are ladies who are being idle, or they are school dropouts. There are these people who are totally doing nothing. But who knows, they have business mind. They don't have the capital. They have a business mind, but they don't know where to go. They don't know who to approach. They don't know who can help them when it comes to such scenarios. I think in 2 minutes time, what can you tell about those people, or what can you tell to them?
First of all, I would like to tell youth, in everything, first believe in yourself, and secondly, start small. Like I've said, the small. There is no miracle man in this world.
True, that's
I personally believe there is nobody that will come and give you a bunch of money to start anything with. Start small. Start from where you are, and trust in yourself. And about another thing is, you should live with an open mind. Like me right now, I'm in business, but I keep learning. Yes. I told you I consult. Hope Ann Nanguyo is my good friend. One or two times I ask her, now this is that, what should I do? How do I move? I consult men who are in business in the same line I am with. Consult. Me now, I offer free advice. If you have time, I'm always there. I give you my time, and I'm free to talk to young people. The challenge with our youth is quick money. They want something very fast. Even me, as youth, of course, we want easy money and something that comes very fast without you working for it. They have buried money. It's of no use, but you will not know how much I've put here. You will not know what time. And you must be patient. No business grows overnight. It takes time. It takes years. People who have grown, they've been in business for 10 years, 15 years. You start, you fail, start another, fail, until you insist and be consistent. But if you sit there and think God will throw money from above, that never happens.
Your last words actually are for the viewers who are really running out of time. It's interesting discussion right here. Your last words, allow me to hear it.
Ouch. Okay. All I can say, let's not give up on life. Work hard and look for money. In everything, we'll need money. There is nowhere where we're going to live without money. So let us all work hard wherever you are. Take use of the available opportunities. Work hard, make money, and live happy. Avoid living stressful life. Me, I love living a happy life. Stress kills. So live a happy life. Struggle, whatever you're doing, do it. Get committed to what you're doing and make money.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. That is coming in from Happy Times Children Boutique right here at Onjivu Street, Arua City. I want to say thank you so much. It was nice having you on board. And next time, I would love to have you again. We have a lot of discussion. It's been a Business Bank on West Nile Television. Your host is Lady Beats. Let's meet again next week, Wednesday. Good morning.